Do you think that perhaps LeBron missed this game because of the groin injury, or would you buy on maybe it's a resting thing with the playoff push approaching?
In the words of Ed Lover, come on, son. Come on, come on. Like, here's the problem with LeBron right now and the groin injury or whatever, resting. He came out and said when he was asked about load management, because across the hall, like they share a building, Kawhi's been trolling him since before the season started and just destroying him on the court the 2 times they played in high-profile national games. He's been asked. Kawhi's been criticized for load management, right? Finals MVP last year. He's about to be the Finals MVP again this year. I don't want to hear about, like, oh, you can't load manage. You know how many people come up to me talking about Kawhi's disrespecting the game? Why? By raising his chances he's going to win a title? He's disrespecting? Yeah. That's stupid. But anyway, LeBron was asked about it. And I think LeBron saw a little opportunity. And he said, hey, if I'm healthy, I play. Hold up. Is this the same dude who lost 30 pounds on a paleo diet a couple years ago and wasn't the same, and then took 2 weeks off and rested and came back diesel and started balling again? Like, is this the dude who has totally managed the way he's played defense in different seasons? By the way, wisely. LeBron is a genius and a brilliant basketball player in terms of managing his season, and has been in the finals every year except for last year, precisely because as he aged, he load managed in different ways. But he's asked about it. I think he saw a little chance to take a little shot at Kawhi because he hasn't been able to do it on the court. And he said, if I'm healthy, I play. Okay, so now what does he do? When they realize, the Lakers realize, we got to load manage this guy, we're trying to win a title. I'm a Lakers fan. I want LeBron to load manage. I want him to be fresh for the playoffs. So, but now that he said that other thing about if I'm healthy, I play, you can't just say we're resting him because he's image conscious. It looks hypocritical. So they come up with a groin injury. No, I don't believe it. I think they're just load managing.
Stephen A.?
I'm going to believe him because I'm going to respect LeBron James enough to give him the benefit of the doubt. The fact of the matter is that he's given us no indication that he doesn't want to play regular season games. He's averaging 34.9 minutes per game. He hasn't missed a game since January 11th. You know what? And not only that, that groin injury is real because it's been something that has existed in the past. And so for me, it's a matter of integrity when you talk about LeBron James missing a game and just coming up with an excuse to miss a game. I think that he's earned the right way. If he wanted a day of rest because he was just fatigued or tired, I could see him simply saying so, and that being that, because he's not somebody who's missed a slew of games. That's not what his resume says. That's not what his history says. Now, there are a plethora of dudes in the National Basketball Association that if they missed a game and had that excuse, you can raise your proverbial eyebrow and say, hey, what's going on here? Am I really, really supposed to believe that? But when it comes to LeBron James, who's known and is renowned for taking religious care of himself, I think he deserves the respect and the benefit of the doubt. And I want to bring up that paleo diet that you brought up. If you recall years ago, Max, he wasn't himself. He was weak as hell at one point because he lost those pounds and because everything had been compromised. So what I'm saying to you is that you're talking about him literally going away, disappearing for a couple of weeks, and then coming back because that was something that was very, very glaring. But in this particular instance, if you're just sitting there and taking a game off or whatever, if he says it's because of a tightness in groin or whatever, I'm going to believe the brother.
And to LeBron's credit, he's put his money where his mouth is so far this season. Of the 57 Lakers games, LeBron has played in 54 of them. Matt?
I think he put his foot in his mouth a little while back saying, if I'm healthy, I'm going to play. But as I think we've touched on, if anybody deserves time off, it's LeBron. So whether you want to call it a groin injury, a back injury, rest, whatever you want to call it, he deserves it. He's played 54 out of 57 games. He showed his dominance in year 17 at the age 35. But the Lakers know for them to be the best team they could be in the playoffs, LeBron has to be 100%. So whether it's, I see him probably missing 4 or 5 games in this last stretch just to make sure because they're coming down the stretch. They have it clinched. And, rest him because they know when they're really going to need him is once the playoffs start.
Matt, let me keep you on point here. We all know he deserves the rest if he wants it. But the real question is, do you believe him when he and the Lakers say it's a groin injury? That's really the question that we're asking here because everybody knows he deserves time off if he wants it. But do you believe him when he says he's tweaked it a little bit and he was ailing?
I think so, because groin, hamstrings, quads, those are all nagging injuries that take a long time to heal, and any little movement can aggravate that. So if it's a growing, I believe it's a growing, but like I said, whether it's a growing, whether it's rest, he needs it at this point.
That's why it's a great excuse, because it's plausible. I just want to read something to you. Here, LeBron James played. And by the way, this is smart. He plays deep into the playoffs every single year. He plays in the Olympics. He has a whirlwind schedule. So just, I don't know, last bunch of years, I'll go in reverse chronological order. Last year, 55. Before that, 82. 74, 76, 69, 77, 76, 62. That's decent. It's not like Iron Man, but it's decent. Then all of a sudden, he made it a point that if I'm healthy, I play every game. Why? Because Kawhi is load managing, and it lets him give a contrast. Here's the thing about load management, Stephen A. It's basically preventative medicine. You know, what you're trying to do is avoid severe fatigue, which can also lead to injury, particularly at an advanced age when you've played so many minutes.
Matt, with you being the resident player here, do you agree with that? Do you think that they should be careful and possibly resting, managing LeBron in this stretch to the playoffs?
1,000%. And if you look at just the wide scope of everything, he may have the most miles ever for an NBA player. You know what I mean? Coming in at 18, and for everything Max mentioned, he's always been an all-star. He's always taken his team deep in the playoffs. He's always been an Olympian. He's always played more minutes than everybody. So at year 17, age 35, I'm surprised he has played 54 out of 57 games because of the fact, knowing that there's a lot of miles on those tires, but also knowing that this is a special Laker team and they have a chance to win a championship each year. So I'm not going to be surprised if he misses another 4 or 5 games, maybe 6 games.
With different excuses?
I don't even care what the excuse is.
Right, so in other words, but see what Matt's doing, you're acknowledging, like, they're going to have to come up with reasons. Right. And some of them are going to be excuses. Is this one? I would say, yeah, probably.
But I'm like Stephen A. I will respect the fact that he's had a previous injury with the groin, and everyone handles injuries different, and groins are a nagging injury. So like I said, whether it's the groin or not, he needs some rest.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.